Hello, welcome here to another episode where we shall be looking at the proposed prediction of the June examination for 2025 for the grade 7 mathematics, okay? So usually the papers for grade 7s range between 40 marks to 50. We don't usually exceed 50 marks, okay? So you find some generous examiners that will even give you 60 or 75. There's no problem, okay? So the combination of topics, especially from term 1 to term 2, will be mostly used, okay, in setting your paper. So I'm just going to use this particular sample question paper just to revise and prepare you, okay? Just a step-by-step guide on what you can expect within your paper for the June 2025. Okay, so question number 1 is talking about MCQ. Remember, with multiple choice questions, you can expect any topic to be questioned, okay? So question 1.1, so in this case, you only have to choose the correct letter, circle the correct letter, do not write the answers out, okay? I'll show you what I mean. So which of the following is not in the correct descending? So grade 7s, we need to know that descending order simply means we are ranging from the biggest to the smallest. So if it's the biggest to the smallest, let's see. This is a 4, 5, 6, 2. 6, 5, 6, 2, 3, 5. So from a 4 to a 6 to a 3, this is out. Let's see, we have a 6, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5. 7, 7, 5, 7, 4, 7. Okay, 3, 3, 5, 2, 3, 3, 2, 6, 3, 3. Okay, so all these three are correct, but this one is wrong. So it's either you circle it that way or you just write the letter A. Then 1.2, calculate using the order of operation. So order of operation is what we call the body mass, but some people also extend it to have what we call the bed mass. The E stands for the exponents. So we start with we don't have brackets. We do have division. So we're going to start with the division, then multiplication. Addition will come last. So this is going to be 36 divided by 9. That's a 4. So 6 times 3 plus a 4. Let's multiply this. It's 18 plus 4. Answer is 22, which is C. So the correct option becomes a C. And then 1.3, the first 3 prime numbers. What are prime numbers? We know that these are numbers that have only 2 factors. That's basically 1 and itself. So the first prime number is a 2. Second prime number is a 3, followed by 5, and then a 7, 11, and so on. So we're only focusing on the first 3. So 2, 3, 5, which is option C. And then when we are rounding off to the nearest 100, we know that this is 8, 5, 6, 8. Units, tens, hundreds, and the best values. So if this 5 is in the rounding position, what digit comes after 5? It's a 6. 6 is going to increase 5 by 1. So that we have 8.6. That's our answer. B is the correct option. And then why did we say 6 must affect? Because we know numbers between 5 to 9 will always increase, whatever is in the rounding position. Numbers between 0 to 4 will not increase anything. So 2 to the 3, written in expanded form, is going to be 2 times 2 times 2, which is option A. Then 1.6, how do we write 2 over 5? As a fraction decimal, okay? Now remember in grade 7, when you're writing decimal fractions, the target is to create a denominator of 10, 100, or 1,000. So times 2 will bring about a 10 here. So that's the same as 4 over 10, which is 0.4. So B is the correct option there. Okay, so 6 marks for section A there. Then we move on to question number 2. They want us to complete the sequence what is happening with this sequence. So you're seeing that everything just starts with 18. Okay, so I'll ignore that 18. Then this is a 400. Then I got to 650, meaning that I'm adding a 250 there. Then from that, I'm adding another 250. So I must also add another 250. So 18900 plus 250. So 0, I have a 5, I have a 1, I carry the 1, and then 9. Okay, so 9 and 1. So this is our answer for that one mark. And then 2.2. Find the highest common factor of 12 and 16. So we can say, what are the factors of 12? Numbers that can divide 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. What are the factors of 16? We have 1, 2, 4, we have 8, we have 16. So the highest I'm seeing is 4. So HCF becomes 4. Okay. So that is how we would have gone about with 2.2. Oh, there are people that know how to use the ladder method. You have a 12, you have a 16. You look for prime numbers that can break down these 2. You get 6 and 8. 2, you get 3 and 4. We don't have any prime number that can divide 3 and 4. Then we just multiply these 2. The answer is still F4. All right, grade 7s, we move on. So question 2.3. Calculate the following using order of operations. So still remember, it's the body mass. Brackets of division, multiplication, addition. And so I'm going to multiply this. I'm going to divide that. So 7 times 4 is a 28 minus 60 divided by 12 is a 5. So 28 minus 5 is going to give me a 23. 2.4. Can we share 100 Rand between Puti and Koena in the ratio of 2:3? So when you're sharing, the first step we do is to get the total ratio. Okay, so the total ratio is going to be 2 plus 3, which is a 5. Then let's get 100 Rand. We divide it by 5, meaning that each ratio is going to take 20 Rands. Okay, then Puti is going to have 2 times 20 Rands, which is a 40. And then Koena is going to have 3 times 20 Rands, which is a 60. Or you can use any other approach that makes you understand this question better. Okay. 2.5. We have this fraction. What we can notice is the denominators are the same. But then this first one is the same as the last one. This is a positive, this is a negative. So this cancels out. I'm only going to be left with 2 over 5. I don't know. That's how I'm seeing it. Or probably the question wants you to do it in a different format, whereby, because I'm seeing the question itself is not that serious. But let's work it out the other way around. If we add and subtract the whole number, so it's going to be 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 minus 1 is going to be a 2. Then I'll have 1 over 5 plus 2 over 5 minus 1 over 5. So when I add and subtract the top part, I'll still get a 2 over 5. So I'll answer just 2 over 5. Okay. Then 3, they want us to calculate using the column method. So column method, we have to arrange everything according to the decimal positions. So this is a 2, 5, 2, 8. And then we have a 64, 9, 8, 5. And then lastly, we have a 2, 7. And then you plus that. Just arrange it. Let the comma be in the same position. Then whatever you don't have there, just put a 0. So 8 and 5 is 13. 3, you carry a 1. Then 8 and 2 is 10 plus 1 is a 3. We carry a 1. Then that's a 10. 10 plus 12 is 22. So 2. you carry a 2, that's a 6, plus 4 is 10, you carry the 1, then you have a 7. So that becomes our answer. Then 3.2, we're subtracting. So 609, 521. Then we have 6, 7, 4, 5, 6. We're subtracting this. So one thing we know is that we need to borrow at some point. So borrow comes 11. 11 minus 6 is a 5. We're left with a 1 there. We need to borrow again. 11 minus 5 is a 6. 4 minus 4 is a 0. 9 minus 7 is a 2. We need to borrow to make it a 10. 10 minus 6 is a 4. Then pull down the 5. That becomes our answer. Okay, then 3.3, still we're using the column method. So it's going to be 4189 and then 123, and then we multiply. So there is that other method that learners prefer using, okay? But I prefer to deal with the column method. So I know that 3 times 9 is a 27, so you carry the 2. 8 times 3 is a 24 plus 2, which is a 26. Carry the 2. Then 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2, which is a 5. 3 times 4 is a 12. Then I'll write a 0 down there as a placeholder. Then 2 times 9 is 18. Okay, you write the 8, you carry the 1. 2 times 8 is 16 plus the 1. Becomes 17. 7, you carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And then 2 times 4 is 8. And then I have 2 placeholders. Then 1 times 9 is a 9. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. Then 1 times 4 is a 4. And then I do my addition. So that's going to be a 7. 8 and 6 is 14. 4 carry 1. We're still going to have a 22. So 2, you carry 2. That's going to be a 10 plus 5 is a 15. So 5, you carry 1. 1, 1, 1, and 8. That's going to be 11. 1, you carry 1. And then that becomes a 5. So this becomes our final answer. So if you don't have any of the steps, then chances are high you're going to lose out on the 3 marks. And then 3.4, they said we can use the column method, but there's nothing like column method. We only need to use the long division. Okay, so with the long division, what happens that I'll put the 9425 there. I'll have the 521 there. Okay, so you need to pay attention, and then this method really needs order in as far as the arrangement of the numbers. So your handwriting also plays a big role in answering this question. So we don't have any 521s in 9, so that's a 0. 521s in 94, and how many 521s do we have in 942? So it's just going to be just 1. We subtract, or we multiply, sorry. We're going to have a 521. When we subtract that, this is going to be a 1, a 2, and then a 4. Okay. Then after getting that, we need to pull down the 5 so that we have 4,215. Okay. Then in that case, what are we going to do? We just need to see how many 521s do we have in this. So it's going to be something like 8 of them. Then what's 8 times 521? I'm getting 4168. And then we subtract that. Okay, so we need to borrow. This is 15, so that's a 7. That's a 0, which means it's a 4. So you're going to have 18 whole numbers, remainder 47. Okay, so that is what we do with that long division. 3.5, we need to use greater, smaller, or equal to. So 0.24 is smaller than 2.4. Negative 14 is bigger than negative 16. Okay. Then they want us to calculate. So in other words, we need to simplify this. So what is 81 plus 19? That's 100, eh? Yeah. So you're going to have like square root of 100 plus 3 cubed is the same as 3 times 3 times 3. So square root of 100 is 10 plus 27. The answer becomes a 37. Then 4.2. If 4 kilograms of bananas are costing 20 rands, how about 1 kg? So we're just going to divide 20 rands by 4, which means 1 kg is costing just 5 rands. Then 4.3, a cell phone is costing 6.4. There's a discount of 10%. If you pay cash, how much is the discounted price? So how much will someone pay if we put a discount? So there are two ways to do this. So you can say 10% is 10 over 100 times 6.4. This cancels that, which means the discount is 640. Then discounted price, you're going to subtract 640 from there. So 6.4 minus 640, someone is going to pay 5,760. Okay, then 5, use the formula y is equal to x minus 7 to complete the table. For how many marks? 5 marks. So if x is negative 12, so it's going to be negative 12 minus 7, which is negative 9, this one. So C is negative 19. And then what do I put for x to give me negative 17? A must be negative 10, because if I have negative 10 minus 7, I end up with negative 17. And then what if I have negative 8? So it's going to be negative 8 minus 7, which is negative 15. And then B, what must I replace there to give me a negative 13? Should be a negative 6, né? Because negative 6 minus 7 gives you negative 13. Then what if you have a negative 4 minus 7? That becomes negative 11. Okay, so that is what was meant to be done. 5.2, look at the table below and answer the questions that follow. We have 1 is 7, 2 is 9, 3 is 11, and 13. Describe the rule, or find the rule that describes. So we are adding 2 everywhere, meaning that the rule is going to be 2 times n. We are dealing with x's, meaning that for us to get the y, you must get 2, you multiplied by the x, and then you plus the 5. So this 2 is what we start with. How do we get the 5? 7 minus 2. That's a 5. Then 5.3, look at the pattern. How many squares are in pattern number 5? So how many squares are here? It's 1. How many squares? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Meaning that we are just adding 3s everywhere. Okay, so in pattern number 5, we expect 13 squares. Then how about which pattern will have 25 squares? Okay, let's get the rule and see. Let's get the rule and see. So that's going to be 3n. 1 minus 3 is minus 2. Okay, we are equating it to 25. Move the 2 that side. 3n is going to be 27 divided by 3, which is going to be pattern number 9. Then write down the general rule where n is the position. So Tn is going to be 3n. Okay, then 1 minus 3, we get a negative 2. So that becomes our final answer. All right, so having said that, so that's basically what the paper entails, okay? So please and please, I just wish you a happy preparation for your June exams. And please just use this as a guide. Most questions may not exactly be the same, but the criteria will definitely be the same in as far as the topics are concerned and what needs to be tested. Okay, I'll stop there and let's meet again when we're looking at the memorandums of some of the papers that you guys would have written. Bye-bye.